and they will move like in the southern part. They are moving ahead towards the pole. Now when this warm current mix with this wind drift current, they are cold, so they will be cold. They will be heavy, density will be more, so they will subside. They are north equatorial and south equatorial currents in the Atlantic Ocean. Where? Here they will go. They will come downward, so they will strike with any landform. Here water is warm, difference in the salinity, so they will change. Like they are changing, it will also. I am just telling that how warm currents convert into cold current, then come back. Okay, this is the general pattern you have to understand. Because of this wind drift, warm currents converted into cold current. Okay, this is all about the north equatorial and south equatorial currents. Now let's talk about the next current which is related to the Gulf Stream, one of the important Labrador and this Gulf, because the combination of these two currents will provide the best fishing ground. Okay, now let's talk about the second. Till here everything is clear, please connect the thing. Now, Gulf Stream. Okay, now to understand this is your equator. Okay, as I told you this is east and your west. I told you that in north equatorial currents are moving ahead and south equatorial moving here. So what happened when these north equatorial currents move up? You can see in your page number 102, when they will move up and they touch the boundary of North America. When it touch the boundaries of North America. Here, equator is there, it moves when this north equatorial current moves up. Okay? Moves up. When it touches the boundary of North America here, so it will create a warm current here. Landforms are also there. Okay, with the effect of the landform, this coast also effect, and when it will move, it will create the warm current. Suppose it moves here, the warmness is there. When it will reach up, then it will convert into cold current. Here in this Gulf of Mexico, which is near to the American coast, what happened? This Gulf Stream currents will generated. Okay, just read down, you will understand. You take this. So what happened? When this north equatorial currents move towards pole, when these north equatorial currents strike the coast of North America, that is near to the Gulf of Mexico, what happened? Gulf Stream, or you can say these warm currents of Gulf Stream will create. Okay? Understood? How they are creating? When North equatorial currents move towards the pole and when they strike or they are located near the Gulf of Mexico, so what happened? Warm currents will be produced and these are related to the Gulf Stream. Okay? Nothing is, you have to just connect the things. How they are converting into the Gulf Stream or warm current. Because they are moving from the equator and when they will up, so it will create the warm current because they are not reached up to the pole.
If they are warm, then they should go above. If they are warm, then they should keep on going above.
They will go up above. Till here understood? Okay. So here you understood Gulf Stream or warm currents are formed. Now what happens? When these north equatorial currents go up, and here you can see that Arctic Ocean is there. Arctic Ocean is there and it is very cold. I told you wind drift. So when they will reach up, so these currents will take the shape of cold current and they will come back again to form different cold currents. And here also they will come in this side, and when they will come in this side and became a cold current, it will take the shape of Labrador currents. Labrador currents. When these currents go up, mixed with the water of the Arctic Ocean, they convert into cold currents, and when they will convert into cold currents, they will subside and they will come into different, they will cross the different boundaries, and one of the important cold current is Labrador current. Understood the formation? Connectivity equatorial to Gulf Stream to Labrador. Connectivity, you understand? That is why I have explained the process of warm current and cold current with the help of that diagram. Understood? Understood? What? So till here we have discussed about the north and south equatorial currents, and these currents leads to the formation of for the Gulf Stream, and they are the warm currents basically generated near the Gulf of Mexico. This is near to the North America. Okay, when these currents, these warm currents, and they are the warm currents, okay, these currents will go up towards poles. They will mix with wind drift water, wind drift direction they will go, and these warm currents till here, warm currents will come here polar, it will become cold currents. When they will heavy, they will subside down, and when they will come again, they will have the name of cold currents, and in that cold currents, Labrador is one of the important currents. Now, same process only. Warm here, warm.
Why they are naming them differently?
Because of
same thing only.
Labrador. It is because of the country. See the map also, Labrador. Come here and I will show. Like Brazilian currents are there, Australian currents are there, Peruvian currents are there. See, here you will see that, here Labrador. Okay, here Labrador, in their Newfoundland area is there. So there will be place like that. So accordingly they are giving the Labrador currents. Like you can see here, Peruvian current. Peru is a country. So it is because of the Peruvian current. And here you will see that here this one is also another current, and here you can see the Brazilian current. Here Brazil is this. Here you can see that Australian current. Here Australia is this. So they are having the effect of these continents same also. Okay, understood? Fine. Take. You want to take. Other characteristics so you can understand, you can write. The thing is to understand the process and the terminology. Okay? So till here we have discussed. Now move on to the currents of the Pacific Ocean. Okay. In the Pacific Ocean current, we will study about two type of current. One is Curie current. Second one is Kyushu current. Okay. Now read these two currents. Read it. Same process.
Circulatory system clockwise in the northern hemisphere and anti-clockwise in the southern hemisphere are present in Pacific Ocean also. Some of the major ocean currents of the Pacific Ocean are briefly described and under. Kuroshio current, warm. Kuroshio is the most important warm current of the North Pacific Ocean. It develops partly due to the Coriolis force and partly due to the obstruction of the Philippines in the flow of the North Equatorial.
See the role of the Coriolis effect and the landform Philippines. Okay.
The average surface temperature of this current remains around 18 degrees Celsius. It moves at a speed of about 30 km per day. It keeps the eastern coast of Japan warm even in the coldest month, January, when snowing is frequent and Honshu and Hokkaido. An offshoot of Kuroshio current, also known as Tsushima current, enters into the Sea of Japan along the west coast of island. The relatively warm water of Tsushima current keeps the western coast of Japan warm.
Understood something? Very easily. If you will know that pattern, cold, warm, warm to cold, cold to warm, everything will be clear. Here you can see Pacific Ocean part. Okay, if we will talk about the Northern Pacific, here you will find these two currents, and these two currents are also very much important. Need to explain more about this, or you have understood? Yes, Aksa, Ilma? Need to explain? Clear? I think so it is clear only. But you have to know where is Japan. See in them, I have marked there for your use. Okay, show me. I will show to them also. See, here is Japan. And here question is arises why in the month of January the coast of Japan and the season is not that much cold, because of the warm currents. When this warm current mixed with the water of the local sea water, it will give warm effect, so coast of that place will be warm. That is why Japan is not facing that much chilly cold during the month of January. Here you can see the effect as well. Understood? So likewise, we have discussed this Kuroshio and Kurais current. See, when you will write your notes and question answers, just do the bifurcation like I did. In Atlantic Ocean, we have studied these three currents. Okay? And one is warm, one is cold. Like this, you have to bifurcate. And like this Pacific, two currents we have studied. One is cold and one is warm. And in front of that, write main characteristics. In this way, you can easily write. You have understood the chronological order or systemization of these currents. And in your words, you can write, see, this is the basic funda to remember all these currents. Understood? Now, there are different currents you can mention, but basically you have to study about these currents. Now, see the effects of ocean currents. Read it. As I told you that helpful in navigation, for fishing, and bad effects also, accidents happen. In this book, they have mentioned the incident of Titanic. Have you heard the story of Titanic? Because of this dense fog, icebergs, they are creating problems for the navigators. So some positivity is also there, some negativity also there, like we have seen in the case of volcanoes and earthquakes, constructive effects and the destructive effects. Okay, till here we have completed this topic, ocean currents, and I am not going to take this topic, tides. Very easy. Neap tide, spring tide. I already taught in the previous class also, and you can easily understand. It is because of the effect of the sun and moon, and you can see the process of the neap tide and spring tide. Very easy topic. You can do by yourself. Okay? If any difficulty would be there, you can ask. Understood? And in the next class, inshallah, we will start the next topic. Show me the content. Please prepare the notes side by side. Any problem, Aksa? No? Assessments are going to be started. From where? You will get the notification. That is why I am telling. Half an first time is done only, my dear. Now assessment time? Supplementary.